dialogue. We gon' tell the truth, we ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are, do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall underground. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth, we ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are, do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep your soul true.
What up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno.
And it's your boy, Key Stove.
Y'all are tuned in to another episode of the Underground Dialogue Podcast where the name speaks for itself. And tonight, we got my brother in the building, man. This brother right here, he's a veteran, not just in the rap game, but he's a veteran as far as being a soldier in our community. This brother has really dedicated his life to helping others and helping Black people just be liberated and be strong and have an identity. And he exemplifies that through his music as well. He's one of the dopest rappers that I know. And he's been dope since I first met him, which I've been knowing him for a good. We was debating on our side about how long we've been knowing each other. And I'm happy to have him sit down with us so he can really break down everything that he does on the music side and the community side. My brother, Mistah D.R.E.D, is in the building. How you feeling, family?
Man, I'm blessed, man. This is a long time coming, man.
Long time coming, man. It is, but it's never about if. It's just about when.
Right.
You know, we glad to have you. You just dropped the new project. Recent. How recent is the project?
I dropped it last April with ANUBIS.
Okay.
And actually, it did pretty good. Stream-wise at 38,000.
Yeah.
We
ain't gonna say it did pretty good. We gonna say it's doing pretty good.
It did pretty good back then.
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
It's called ANUBIS.
Yeah. You can explain that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I named my album ANUBIS, first of all, after my organization, ANUBIS, which is a tactical unit. But the reason why I call both of them ANUBIS, which is the African term, is Anpu. He's the gatekeeper between the land of the living and the land of the dead. If you look at the state of our people mentally, we walking, but we're not really alive. I think I'm committed by spirituality. The reason why I held on to that is because I say my theory is this: we've regressed. I think we went in reverse. We're reality in reverse. Like I think Kemet was what we're supposed to be now.
Okay.
And what we are right now is what we should have been in way back then because it's the mental state, you know. So what ANUBIS does is ANUBIS' real name is Karma.
Right.
That's his name. He's not good. He's not bad. He just takes you to your destination unless you choose your fate, and whatever energy you put into it, that's your circumstance.
Right.
You know, that's why he rips your heart out, put it on the scale. It takes a feather, put it next to it, and if the heart outweighs the feather, you know, you in a little trouble.
Right.
But if the feather outweighs the heart, you good to go.
Right.
You know.
What started your journey into the activism side? Did it start something you saw in childhood, something you looked at and was like, man, this oppression need to be addressed? Was it hip hop? What brought you into that work? Because you are legit with it. You know, I see a lot of people that start this work and they either fall off after a while, or you start to recognize that they have ulterior motives in terms of the movement. So what got you started?
I was raised in this, man. I've been doing this since a child. Maybe not this, what I'm doing right now, but my father was a weatherman.
Was a what?
Weatherman.
Okay.
Rest in power.
Gotcha.
So I was kind of born into the movement, you know, but when he went to the church and everything like that, my life and my grandfather and everything's always taught me community service. Community service has always been important. You talking about me, I've done like over 30 years of community service, just feeding people, helping people. Everywhere I go, I try to find some way to fill a need, you know. Even when I was living in Hawaii, I was in Hawaii for about 6 years. There was a homeless village out there that nobody knew about. We found it beautiful. You never thought somebody would live in Hawaii and be homeless, but they live on the beach. It's a tent city right there on the beaches, and they give that, they call it ohana, which means family. So they have that ohana attitude, and they just give, you know what I'm saying? And so every other weekend while I was in the military station in Hawaii, living out there, I would go, get some bentos from the store, go drop them off, and spend time with the locals out there, just kicking it with them. Then after a while, they called me a hunter.
Yeah.
So they took that. I took that into me to go, look, man, our people need help. Instead of complaining, it's time to go do it. I don't call myself a revolutionary. I tell the others, we're not revolutionaries. We're solutionary. We see the problem and we call it solutionaries. We see the problem and we fix it because love our people comes from the soul.
Right. When was the start of ANUBIS? What year did you kick that movement off?
August 17th.
You know the exact date.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
August 17th, 2017, middle of Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
In the middle. It was me and my brother Mac. Was because I was a Panther first. And I left the Panthers. And I was just, man without a country. And Hurricane Harvey hit. And I'm going to the gym. No, because it wasn't so bad, but it was flooded everywhere, right? And I'm looking around at Arbor Court Apartments out there in Greenspoint, and I'm watching just a big river off in there. And I was like, man, we got to get out there. Somebody got to do something, because instead of me asking where all these people at, I'm just going out there doing it.
Yeah.
My bro Mac hit me up and say, hey, Mo, what we doing? That was interesting, because I wasn't doing no organizational stuff, but I did a lot of community work, right? I say, man, I'm finna come out here and help these people. You down? So yeah, we pulled up, got in the water, treaded water all the way through the Arbor Court, getting people out, and helping people out of bad situations. And after that, I just looked, I said, our people really need help. We might need something a little different. We might need an extra push. Because, National Black United Front is doing what they got to do. Salute to them. You know what I mean? The Shape Center, all the other organizations are doing what they got to do. But maybe they just need another tactical response unit that can get out there, especially on the north side. There ain't nobody there.
Yeah. See, we always talk about unity without uniformity. So when you're speaking about the Panthers and NBuff and all that, that's a great example of it, because it's not about the label of the organization. It's about addressing the needs of our people.
Right.
And so it's always beautiful for me when we see these different groups out there fighting for the one cause, because, I remember when Harvey hit, and I remember when they said J.J. Watt raised about $70 million. Don't open that one time. So we have always been in a situation where we've trusted the Red Cross and all these different organizations that claim that they raising money for the benefit of these catastrophes, but it never makes it to the vein.
Right.
So we have to be the ones to get out there on the front lines and make it. And even on whatever scale, we may not have the resources that they have, but we have the unity, the connectivity that we can make a difference out there, because we did.
Right. Yeah, it's a huge impact.
Yeah.
It was large.
Yeah.
It was a lot of lives saved. A lot of families ended up, even when they had to migrate to Tent City, because when they kicked them all out of the shelter, and everybody had to live under the bridge under 59, we followed them and made sure they ate during the weekend, made sure they was good until everybody got their homes. FEMA did them bad, man. That was the worst treatment I've seen of our people by FEMA in a minute.
Right.
That was horrible. It was doctors living up under the bridges, people with whole families living in a tent, and they lost their job because they had to be at the shelter at a certain time. So they had to clock out early to be at the shelter at a certain time. They didn't, the shelter would kick them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Katrina was a precursor to what we saw with Harvey.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if we don't really peep the game, then the history repeat itself in those situations. FEMA ain't never been for the people. It's all these organizations like that. They hustlers.
Right.
And it's not about the people. It's about people in those high positions lacing their pockets when the time they feed off a catastrophe. That's like a lick.
Right.
When something crazy like that happens. So it was good to see brothers like you. How did you put your pieces together in terms of recruiting people that would be a part of ANUBIS, to where you can look and say, what was the criteria that you looked at and say, man, this is what's required, and you could come in and be a part of it?
A whole lot of trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
That was a time when I first started ANUBIS, like, hey, y'all want to join, rock with me? Come on. And then,
anybody just come on. Yeah.
Man, the drama and the issues that you experience from situations like that, you got to come up with a mission statement, right? I came up with a 10-year mission statement because I promised my father. But the reason why ANUBIS is allowed, because I promised I made to my father when he was dying. That's it. I'm gonna give you 10 years. You know what I mean? I'm in year 9 now. But when I first came, I said, I need people. I just need numbers. I don't care. They came in. The mayhem that you get from that is you don't see behavior patterns. You don't care because you just want the numbers. You know? And they seemingly are okay until you tell them no once or twice. And then stuff gets chaotic. So I had a whole lot of trial and error. Now I have a vision mission statement. You know, look, this is what ANUBIS is. This is our outline. This is our bylaws. For a member to join my team, you have to be this. You have to be this. You have to be this. I'm going to give you a couple of requirements. Like, you have to be willing to be trained with a firearm. You have to have firearms because we're a gun club. We're a tactical response unit also. You have not, and you have to have a proper firearm. Not a 22 LR, not a high point. You're going to get all the education you need, right? You're not going to have trash on you because it's not just about protecting us. It's about protecting you at home. You know, you got to be ready to engage if you need to. So you can't be a felon. Why I say that? Because what? It's an ANUBIS what?
Gotta have a gun.
It's a gun club.
Yeah.
Federal law states if there are felons inside of a gun club, he's going to jail. Because what's the name of it? Gun club. Can felons carry firearms?
No, sir.
That's going to put your whole organization under federal investigation, even if you ain't doing nothing wrong.
Right.
But can they work with us? Absolutely. When I tell you who they are, absolutely not.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could work with us, but would I have them in pictures? No. Would I have them formally with us? No. Well, you know they're part of us? No. Why? Because they're felons.
And I would assume that part of the training is mental training as well.
Yeah.
Because you could train them how to shoot the guns, but you can't train a crazy person how to, you know, put in, and then even if they're not a felon, they may be a little off. Yeah.
Well, see, yes, I do psychological warfare training. How do I do it? I get in their face. I might be sitting there 1 second and we just good to go. Every day is training. I tell the noobs, don't get surprised. Every day is training. I hope y'all watching because I'm looking at you right now. But every day is training. So I could be cool with you 1 minute, right? And then the next minute just say, you know what, you get on my damn nerves. This. Why am I doing that?
To see if it don't snap. Yeah.
Combat stress.
No.
If you can't keep your mannerism and your mind straight and level at peacetime, I don't trust you in war.
Right.
Everybody says they're ready to go with this. They're ready to go to war with that. I tell people all the time, I say, listen, my assessment about Black people is that for the most part, we're not ready for military. I said, why? I said, saying this as a retired Marine Corps special operator. You lack discipline. I go, what you mean? I said, I can get in your face and yell in 10 seconds, you're going to break.
Right.
Imagine how loud that ricochet is if you hear pew,
Right.
or that boom, 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 boom. What are you going to do if the person standing right by you drops? What happens if you get gas in your leg and all of a sudden blood is trickling down? What if a mosquito's on your neck and you're in a sniper position? You got to have discipline. Before you fight a war, you have to have discipline. That is mandatory. So yeah, I train them like that. Yeah, get on their nerves.
Yeah. And any product that hits the market has to go through a series of tests. Stress testing, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a boat, whether it's anything, product, a rubber product. It has to be able to be proven that it can deal with and endure what it needs to endure before you put it out to the people. So people being the greatest commodity, they have to go through those same types of trials. Right. And if somebody is not qualified, or they don't qualify themselves to be able to handle that, if you're sensitive, if you weak-minded, if you get feelings over anything, then you become a liability to the movement in that situation.
You can get your team hurt too.
Yeah, no question.
And also I do that to check loyalty.
Right.
See, everybody's loyal to you and they hear yes. I want to see how loyal you are, and I say no. Don't do that. That's unacceptable. Because we, in the Black community, we got this one word that we take wrong: solid. I view solid as, if I'm wrong, check me. Let me know I'm wrong because you love me like that. Don't go diss me behind my back. It praise me to my face.
Right.
Or when you mad, you hold it all and be like, yeah, I remember when. No, I don't have no memory then.
Yeah.
check me then if you love me. I want to know how loyal you are because I'm solid. Man, I done made so many people mad at me because I literally go, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. No. And it's not a chastising thing. You're not my child. It's I love you and I ride with you. And because I love you and I ride with you, I know that you bigger than this, but you being real fraudulent right now. Right. Maybe you're going through something. Maybe, I don't know, you left the AC on, something. I don't know. Maybe lost your wallet. But right now you're being really, really tardy and lame. So I got to help you because if I'm your brother, like I told one dude, I said, if I'm your brother, if I love you, you just going to hear this. Because if I'm a brother, I'm not going to lie to you.
Right. Yeah. What was it that got you out of the Black Panther party?
That was a good one. It didn't fit.
It didn't fit you?
No, it didn't fit. Again, I don't like the he say, she say. I'm not going to diss them. I know some good Panthers. Mm-hmm. Okay? I know some good Panthers. It didn't fit what I was looking for. You know what I mean? That's as far as I'm going to go with that.
How long were you with them?
I was there for a year and a half.
Okay, so yeah. Okay.
But as I was there for a year and a half, I saw things that I did not like. Mm-hmm. And after a while, you know, you in the filling out phase, you in the doggone, does this fit your mold phase? Because my entry into the movement, this part of it, was through the Panthers. I started as a Black Panther. Right. And it just didn't work. It didn't work. It was, to me, it was a lot of deviations on the missions that should have been. The world is on fire around you. I ain't got time to fight you. I'm trying to fight the world. Why am I fighting you? You know what I mean? And the one thing I don't like, and I will say this, Reno, I know you've heard this many times, if somebody don't like you, what are you in the community all of a sudden? Agent.
Oh, okay.
I don't like him. He an agent.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. COINTELPRO don't need to be in the Black community. You know why?
You say it needs to be?
Don't
need. Okay.
Can we tell everything?
We don't need no COINTELPRO. You know why? Because we got NIGGAS.
Yeah.
That was SNITCH on YOU for nothing.
I got my GED, bro. What they say?
We got niggas got your GED. Well, that's it on you for nothing. But that's the thing. It's like if you trying to build yourself up to be this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to tell that to somebody else to build yourself up. If you want to be that organization, be that organization. Go out there and grind, man. You don't have to tear down another one. You don't have to do the stupid rumors and all this stuff because if you from the street, you know what it's kind of like somebody that snitch is.
Right.
That's a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? And you got a whole community looking at people crazy that's not even on this kind of time. But because you mad, this is what you give them. You marked. You know what I'm saying? So then there's really no accountability. There's no checks and balances.
And I think too that sometimes an organization can be hard to be in the right place.
Right.
But it may be a bad fit for an individual.
Right.
And so, but what that does is it spins off to create another organization that adds to the whole. So now we got ANUBIS to add to Panthers, NBUF, Nation of Islam, all these organizations that makes the community a lot better. So maybe that was just your mission, and I'm sure you got a lot of, I'm sure you were able to pull a lot of good from what you picked up from them and then transferred it over. Now you the head of your own thing, and it's needed. It's much needed out here.
I say it like this: out of all of the organizations I have eminent respect for, it got to be the FOI.
Yeah.
We have, ANUBIS and FOI. We tight. We got a good, solid relationship. Why? Because they're a war faction, so are we. But they're also a community healing faction.
Right.
And we just got that gel. I mean, me and you've been knowing each other forever. Me, you, Nip. You know what I'm saying? We just know each other like that. And, Baba Muhammad, this man is always cleaner than a board of health.
No question.
Shopping at. But the amount of love that he gives and he shows, it's just when if I was in Islam, I probably would want to be an FOI. Right. I would most likely want to be an FOI. Right. It fits. You know what I'm saying? The discipline, the way they move. The way they move is one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. You can't say unity if you don't want to be a unit.
Yeah.
Unit means one.
Come on, man.
They move the same. Everybody looks the same. Everybody moves the same. That's why even to my team, so far as our uniforms, everybody, man and woman, has to have the exact same uniform, exact same weaponry. Why? Because we're a unit.
Right.
If I got a shotgun, if you got an AR, why do you have a shotgun when the uniform of the day was this and an AR?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to take my shotgun. You need to go home because what you want ain't what's happening right now.
Yeah. I think the thing that we got to understand, if you went to the head of every black organization that you have, just not in just Houston, but anywhere, and if you ask them, I mean, well, what's your ultimate goal? They're all going to say to save our people in some form and fashion. They'll say, well, we out here trying to save our people, trying to resurrect our people. So the methodology that may be used between this one and this one, it may differ a little bit, but I feel like it's going to be more similarities than there's differences. So with the Nation of Islam, what the Honorable Muhammad and Mr. Farrakhan teach is that we need to focus on the mission of saving our people first and foremost. Any other differences that we have, we'll sort that out once we're free.
Right.
See? But if we fighting on the road to freedom, then we're not gonna reach the destination.
Right.
So that's why what you said, it made so much sense, because we do have the tendency to, even in our organizations, to still carry some of that nigga juice with us. We still got a little of that nigga juice in our pocket.
Got about a quart.
Yeah.
You know, chaos comes from when you don't have structure too.
Yeah.
So that's why that structure and that discipline is very vital, because if you don't have that, chaos is quick to come from that.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have that if you don't have an accountability system. See, some of these people are stacked like they are because there's no self-accountability system. Let's just be real. They can do whatever they want to do, wherever they want to do it, how, as long as you my members, that's all that matters. Me, if you notice, you've seen ANUBIS in certain phases. 1 minute I'm big, next minute I'm small, next minute I'm big, next minute I'm small. I'm going to tell you why. I told them on a conference call, I said, listen, discipline is paramount in ANUBIS. We have orders, we got protocols, we got bylaws and everything that you will follow. You grown. So I'm just going to let you know right now, I will burn this whole thing down and build it back up if I have to. Brother, I burnt ANUBIS down 4 times in a row because I will not tolerate a bad example to our people.
Right.
I would, if it's just me, you know what it is? I know the promise that I made to my father. See, when you join ANUBIS, you have to make an oath, right? You have to take an oath.
Right.
I solemnly swear to defend the Black nation against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, and bear true faith and allegiance to the saints. So help me, Amen. Ra. That's how ANUBIS pledge to the people. When you do that, that is your wedding ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? You were married to the nation. Now, if you want to break your oath, that's on you. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna honor what my father said. Even if I'm ANUBIS, if I usually say we are ANUBIS, right? If I gotta say I am ANUBIS, I made a promise to a dying man that I'm going to fight for the rest of for the 10 years at least for my people. I know this fight is lifelong. I'm not going to stop fighting for the people, just in a different way. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of it, I'm not afraid to light. Man, I will burn a bridge. You know why? I'm scuba qualified. I can swim. Because if I burnt that bridge, bro, it was a real reason.
It needed to be down.
It needed to be down. And you can go over your way. That's the thing I think we're missing. See, I don't have to try to shoot it and try to destroy another organization. You know why? Because I'd rather you be successful over there. I'm successful over here. The people being helped in the middle. I don't have to meet you in the middle. We know where we at personally. You made it personal.
Yeah.
On the business side, you Coke, I'm Pepsi.
Yeah.
You know?
you know what I think is really important that we have to understand, our Black organizations have to understand, Black people in general, is that when we fight, when we bump heads, that's fine. The problem is if we bump heads publicly, if it plays out in front of the people, because the very people that we trying to save now, they confused now, and they'll start to pick sides. Like if we start arguing over who the best rapper is, Kiso will say, oh man, he's the best. And you see, and we start arguing over that, and we put it publicly, the fans of each one of the rappers we said, they gonna be divided now.
Right.
And if you say that this guy's the best because they rock with Keisto's guy, they gonna shoot slugs at your guy.
Right.
And these people are innocent in this situation. So we gotta be careful. We have to move. We have to take an example. Us being the original people on this earth, we have fallen so far that we gotta take the example of the other cultures that came after us and not airing out our dirty laundry before the world. We should be able to get behind four walls and say, hey, man, this is what I didn't like about what you did and what you said. And then we walk out of this. Part of that commitment in any mission statement should be that we would never publicly slander or bring down other Black organizations. We handle that in-house because the people are going to suffer and they're going to say, man, I don't trust none of them. Yeah. That's what goes on in the church today. Like, I don't trust none of them. These Negroes telling us about unity, but they not even unified.
Do you know what's happening? That.
Yeah, no question.
I'm going to tell you like this. ANUBIS actually left what is known as the Black Power movement, the Black 2A movement. We left because of the chaos. I'm just going, if we're going to have a discussion, let's have it.
Yeah.
They go, where's the moon been? He ain't around, this or this or this. I left it for the same reason that I left the church. Backbiting, lying, gossiping, rumors, using people. You know how much, and I looked at my wife one day, I said, babe, this is when we decided to lead the movement. And the whole organization, we had a meeting. And the commanders, my commanders, I got 8 states. They literally said, my vice commander was like, hey, commander, can we just be done with the movement, bro? We rock with you. We gonna work with the people on our terms. We just can't rock with them no more. I listened. I said, you read my mind. I can't, in good faith, sacrifice all my time from my family, my grandsons, my granddaughters, my mother, who needs me because my father ain't here no more. The rest of my family, my personal life, I took 8 years away from the mic to solely work for the people. And if you ain't an elite artist, brother, that is suicide.
No doubt.
I took a suicidal chance to work for the people, and all I got in return at the end of the day from the other people that wear uniforms was lies, gossip, he say, she say. And it made me just backpedal all the way out. I'm the kind of person I'm not going to fight to stay in nowhere. Okay? I'm not going to fight to stay nowhere. I will gladly leave because my peace is everything. Now my wife says we don't have a lot of summers left. Okay? I'm not finna stress myself out. You know what I'm saying? So there's a song called Ain't Got Time for No BS, right?
Yeah.
This dude said the most profound lyric ever. If you're not adding 2, I subtract the 1, divide the 2, and don't carry nothing over.
Come on.
So I did a lot of math in the past 2 years. I'm a mathematician now. You see what I'm saying? Much power to them. I hope they do what they're supposed to do for the people. We definitely are. But so far as can we all get together again? That'll never happen. It's been too much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ain't, when things come apart like that, sometimes it's not mandatory or required that you eventually come back together.
Right.
Sometimes the best thing is, okay, well, he's over there doing the great work. He's over there doing the great work. He's over there doing the great. I use the Nation of Islam as an example. When Elijah Muhammad had the nation, his son Wallace was in the nation, D.R.E.D Muhammad. And when the nation fell in 75, the departure of Elijah Muhammad, D.R.E.D ran the nation for a little while, but he started kind of changing some of the foundational principles. And then eventually he branched off and he started the Orthodox Muslim sect that's going on right now. And so a lot of people that had issue and still take issue with D.R.E.D Muhammad, they look at it as kind of a betrayal to his father. But even his father, Elijah Muhammad, was like, well, no, let Wallace do what he do. And now Islam is really big worldwide in Orthodox Islam, and that's because of Wallace, mainly because of Wallace. Right. That doesn't take away from the nation.
Right.
It don't take away from the nation, because the nation, its mission and its job is going to be and is meant to be there. But now you have a great work and a great situation that's been built over here to add to this great situation that's being built over here. So I just look at you and because to start a whole nother thing up, bro. It's a certain amount of courage that it takes too. Because you felt like, hey man, I got to do this because there's a need that's not being met and I gotta be the one to feel that need. I wanted to ask you, how did the music tie into the movement once you did decide I'm gonna jump back in? Because I knew a lot of rappers that stopped. But also the majority of those cats I know that stopped, they came back. So what was the catalyst to make you come back to doing music? And then how did you tie in the movement into that?
Well, the funny thing is, ANUBIS, the album itself, is actually in writing 8 years old.
Okay.
Since the time I started ANUBIS, I would write songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, again, example, Red Alert.
Right.
When I said get ready for the battle, dog, it's wartime. 10,000 strong on the front line. Strap up your boots, fall in. Now the 4th and 1, and we close to the goal line. Right. I remember when I think it was Louis Farrakhan was asking for the 10,000 strong army.
Yeah.
Get ready for the battle, man. It's wartime. 10,000 strong on the front line. So I wrote that song then.
Right. Right.
ANUBIS, Welcome to ANUBIS, was when I first woke up, when I came into consciousness.
Yeah.
What if I told you the truth was allowed, designed to control you? What if I told you your real wasn't real no matter what they told you? What if I said that the powers that be all tell lies to console you? What if I told you that we were at war and we need all our soldiers? We're in a modern day apartheid. We're still oppressing and suffering and spreading worldwide for the money and power that commit genocide, executing the masses and covering up the lies.
Yeah.
That's when I woke up. So my album is a step-by-step journey. Every song is a step-by-step journey.
Yeah.
All the way to my last song, which is Thankful, which is it's a multi-religious song. It's a slash non-religious slash religious song. But it's giving thanks to a creator. It starts off with saying, Mother Creator, thank you for every breath I breathe. That's mine. You know what I'm saying? But then I talk about Islam.
Right.
You know, I talk about Christianity. And at the end of it, it's like, what does it matter? It's all the same.
Come on.
You know, but that's what tied in. So what got me away from it and back to music? The fact that I wasted 8 years. And actually, it was a conversation. There was 2 conversations. One was from Big Ol' Meezy from Sick With It Records. Shout out to the homie out there in Cali. He was like, Dre, where you been? I said, man, I'm retired, bro. So you retired. Your hands on work? You start writing? You don't think no more? I said, yeah, I'm going to think on it. But the other one came from Mr. Mike. Mr. Wicked Way.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Mike.
Salute to Mr. Mike.
No
that
doubt.
man told me, he said, bro, I said, man, I'm retired, bro. He was like, you still got music in you, man.
No doubt.
You got a lot of music in you. And DJ Jazzy Jeff made a quote. He said, every artist in the world, it doesn't matter where you sell 1 album or 1 million, just die empty. Because you're going to go crazy if you don't.
Yeah.
Man, I got so much music in my head, sometimes I sit there and I almost have anxiety. Because I'm like, if I ain't wrote in a while or recorded in a while, it's almost like an anxiety. It's like, man, I got to put this out. I got to put this out. And even when you record it, it's like, I ain't performed this yet. Man, I got to do something, you know, because you got all this music inside you. That's why a lot of our greatest artists, even the sketch artists, went cuckoo because they had so much stuff in their head that they weren't able to push out. Artists are geniuses in their own right. I'm going to say it. We're geniuses. This man had a wizard. You know how much thought process it takes for that man to rap like he does? Like that. You know how much of a thought process it takes to be able to process something like, feeling like a million when I walk up in the business in the minutes when I ride through.
Yeah.
And you said clear.
Right.
That's a thought process. We think in double time.
Yeah. I remember they said Michael couldn't even sleep because he had so much music in there. He had to end up taking all this stuff to put himself to sleep.
Yeah.
Because he had that much music in his brain at all times.
When I'm working on an album, bro, it drives me almost bonkers. But the thing is, the reason why I picked up my pen, what got me back in was I was mad that I wasted 8 years of my life.
Yeah. And so was it the movement that made you stop, or was it some kind of industry situation? Did you become discouraged by it, or you just immersed yourself so hard in the movement that it was like, I'm not going to be able to balance this and give the full attention?
I was locked into the movement.
Yeah.
I had a deal on the table.
Yeah.
I was locked in, you know, and the music that they wanted me to do, I don't do that kind of music no more. Yeah. I don't do the whole rap boss music. It might sound like it, but no, my music is heavily conscious now because I got to save my people. Yeah. There's a message. ANUBIS is a message. My next album I'm working on, Reparations. That's a message.
Yeah.
Everything is a message. And I'm tired of us. Like I said, when was it Mistah D.R.E.D? I said, the hood is sick because we keep eating bad food.
Yep. Right.
You got the mic in your hand.
Right.
You feeding the people, but you giving them bad food. I don't want to be responsible for a sick community. I want, and does it me fighting for the people mean I have to have a weapon all the time? No. I got this, and I got this.
Right.
That's my greatest weapon right there. Adolf Hitler, in his book Mein Kampf. I read stuff like that. Y'all forgive me. But
hey,
Adolf Hitler in his book Mein Kampf says propaganda is the greatest tool in the war.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my propaganda. That's how we going to win the airways back if we don't. First of all, you got to support it. Y'all got to support it. But if you scared to put the rap music out because people say, I want something I can shake my butt to, or this ain't gangster, you don't do it. If you ain't scared to step out on that limb like you do, you ain't an artist to me. You're an industry plant.
Yeah. Yeah. Or your motive is just different because
Yeah.
you have to either grow to understanding what I'm about to say, or you have to come in understanding. Like if you decide to be a conscious artist, or what they label to be a conscious artist, you can't have in your mind about no record deal and endorsements, and you can forget about that. Because if you're a conscious artist and you raising the consciousness of the people, then part of that is exposing the powers, the so-called powers. So these so-called powers that you exposing, you can't do that and then expect them to be the ones to give you a Pepsi commercial, you know, to give you a McDonald's commercial, because they control all of that. So you got to make a decision to say, okay, well, if this is the route I'm gonna go down, because I know it's best, not for me, but it's best for the people. It's best for you, like you said, to feed them some nutritious food, and I'll also not have that blood on your hands.
Right.
Because when you have that knowledge that you have, you got a responsibility. So if you hiding that, and I'm making these songs about doing this and doing that, then when something catastrophic happens, part of that blame goes on you and me.
Facts.
So I tell people all the time, like, okay, you're gonna play this, I'm like, dude, you're not gonna get no record deal. You tell me, man, I sent this off to, they're not gonna sign you talking like that. And you gotta understand that. And you should embrace that, because one of our biggest problems is that we still trying to assimilate into a system that's on the decline, that's collapsing. And so we still want to be in that. We still want to be on this label. And
facts.
Yeah, and that's not gonna work. So you gotta be what remember the group, the Poor Righteous Teachers back in the day? You gotta be ready to be a poor righteous teacher. You know, because unless you also have the mentality enough to establish your business hand. You know, because it's no written rule that because you conscious, you have to be struggling and broke as an artist, that you can't be free and independent. That's the greatest freedom. You know this. The greatest freedom is being able to, okay, welcome to ANUBIS. I can guarantee you, without even having this conversation with you, that it would nobody that came to you and said, hey man, you probably need to change that little part right there, because when you say that, they gonna be tripping. Nobody told you, hey man, take this song off because you don't wanna, you put whatever you had in your mind to put on there, ended up on there. Yeah. See, that's the greatest freedom, bro.
Yeah, matter of fact, one of my sponsors is literally, I had a shirt on a lot. He knows it's called FCK Authority. All the time. My wife tell you, she was like, you ain't lying. But no, I have that shirt. You know what I mean? When I made my album, remember when we did that song, The Mission?
Yeah.
And I let you listen to the album. The first thing Reno said, it was funny to me. He said, he did like this. Reno said, boy, you ain't looking for a deal, are you? Yeah. That's a nice. You need some protection. You ain't getting no deal. I said, and I looked and I said, I don't want one.
Right.
I told my manager, I said, if I sign a deal, there's 2 labels I would think about. He said, who? I said, strange music or loud music. And she said, why strange? I said, one, I'm Texas Cali. I'm part Texas, part California, right? But I'm a big fan of Tech. If you really listen to Tech 9, he's dropping some jewels up in there while he's doing the songs.
No doubt about it.
And he's doing it in double cadence. But if you listen to double cadence, the stuff that he's saying, the knowledge wise, is in double cadence.
Yeah.
So you listen to it's like, he said, Lake. I know about Lake Lanier, raised them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thinking about Lake Lanier, you're like, oh yeah. So that and D.R.E.D, loud music I would sign because I like his work grind. I like his ethic.
Yeah.
He's an honest, one of the few honestly hard working people out there. That's why anytime he wants to perform, I'm there.
Yeah.
He's one of the hardest working, just honest businessmen. And every time I talk to him, it's a class.
Yeah.
I give him some classes because he'll be like, man, you got to change the music up. You got to do this and this. I said, listen, man, I appreciate what you're saying, but this is my path right here.
Right.
And as an artist, we got to know our path. Now, I'll take his business knowledge because he got a lot of it. But when it comes to your path, I'm a no sellout zone. Don't deviate at all. If I want to say, you know, if I want to get racy on my songs, I'll get racy.
Right.
If I want to sit up there and say something that addresses racism, I would do it in the most extreme manner, extreme fashion possible. You know why? Because when they call you the N-word, it's in the most extreme way possible.
Right.
But guess what? When we say it to each other, I take it the same way. See, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't make no sides to it.
Yeah.
Well, I could call each other that because we've been through it. And no, don't call me that.
Right.
Because when you call me that, it's like I see a slave trying to call me that. It's like a house nigga trying to call me. I'm in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, nigga. Hey, who. And I literally say it like that. You man, don't call me that.
Yeah.
You got a whole lot of other words. What? God, king, brother,
without a doubt.
You know, anything but nigga. Please don't call me that. And I won't call you that. Because if I call you that, it's in a negative connotation. I got smoke with you. You know what I'm saying? But my music is designed to empower, bro. And I learned that a lot from you, even Mike. Ace Deuce, you know.
Yeah.
My man Ice Water Slaughter, Street Military. Matter of fact, Ice Water Slaughter is the reason why I'm Mistah D.R.E.D.
Wow. Shout out to Slaughter.
Yeah, we had him up here not too long ago.
Yeah.
But I remember shout out to Baby Savage too. I remember one thing he was saying about these deals. It's just a label going to the bank, getting a loan, and then giving you a crazy ass repay it. You like a repay the fee that you gotta pay. Like they get 3 times off what you do. So now you can actually be your own label, sign your own deal. Just go to the bank and get a loan your damn self. Cause that's basically what they doing when it comes to that.
Well, see, here's the fun part with the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Record labels are losing right now because of digital sales.
Exactly.
They don't need records no more. They don't press records. You know what I mean?
Or distribution.
They don't need all that no more. It don't even take $1 million to start your own label.
Nah,
it takes $250 to start an LLC. You start your LLC. You build your team with your producers and your engineers, and bam, you got a label. Make a nice, cool logo, bam, you got a label. The thing of the matter is promotions and everything, but they so ingrained into the system itself. Okay, they got that pull. Def Jam or NBC or CBS. They got let's say Epic, right? They got that kind of pull, right? With the stations, with the radio stations. Allegedly. Here's the thing. If you could build up a following in a small town and make it mass to a big following, they're going to play you anywhere you want to be played. You know why? Because they ain't worried about all that. They know those hits and those views is money. They don't care nothing about that. You know, you got some people who sit up there and go, hey, man, it's going to cost $10,000. I learned this one. It's going to take $10,000 to get my spins on mainstream radio. That's not true. No. If they grinding and they scamming, it's true. But it should. If you got a big enough following, it won't cost a dime.
Yeah, and if you got a big enough following, you don't even need it.
Right.
Because with the way social media operates, you got artists that blew up just off of quick TikTok clips and things of that nature, or you get a YouTube channel that pops you off to where that becomes your radio, that becomes your station, that becomes your platform. So now that's why at our age, and as long as we've been doing it, we see these artists who we've never heard of.
Right.
But when you go on that platform, man, that dude got 2 million followers. Man, this song got 450 million views because they went through the channels that are currently constructed, and they're not even thinking about, well, let's go up to the race. The methods that we use or we tried to use back in the day, that don't even apply to them. And so it comes full circle where these labels would try to reach out to them now, just like back in our days where you could sell 25,000 as an independent label, as an independent artist, then the label will say, come sign with us, we'll give you this. Right. It's really no incentive for an artist to get popular on their own to do it, other than if you just offer me an amount of upfront money that I just can't refuse, and I just take that because I'm gonna take it. I'm not taking it because I'm so excited to be a part of your company. I'm taking it because, oh, well, you want to give me $10 million, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
And I'm not gonna commit myself contractually to you long term to where I'm just so caught up with you I can't get out. I'm be like, you know what? I'm gonna take this little 10.
Reparations.
Like my homie said, we gonna take them reparations, and then I'm gonna use it to strengthen my company. But when we tie ourselves and handcuff ourselves to these corporations, man, it's now you're $1 million slave. You got the money
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but you got a little change and you got a name, but I can guarantee you, in most cases, your name is gonna be bigger than your bank account, and that ain't what you want,
right?
You know, so yeah, you hitting on some strong points, brother. So your album is on your own label.
Yeah,
that's your
Darkside Nation.
Okay. So is that something that you have spread out to include other artists, or you just right now I'm focusing on just me?
Right now, eventually, once it's established, yes.
Yeah.
I like doing things on a pilot. So right now, because I had DSN a while back, Darkside Nation. But the thing of the matter is, I don't want an artist to sign with me unless we can make it look like you're signing us.
Yeah, you really doing something for them. Yeah.
If I can't sign you, we'll put you on tour.
Yeah.
What's the point? And then I got to ask myself, do I want to be part of the machine? See, I did Darkside Nation Music Group to protect me, this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what did I do? I signed myself.
Yeah, you be the machine. You become the machine.
Right. And I can perform with other labels like Loud Music and all this stuff. So technically I'm a Loud artist, but I'm also a Darkside Nation artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can sign myself. So I don't have to worry about going to a showcase with somebody saying, hey man, we signed an artist. I ain't worried about all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want to be able to teach my people how to be independent. Just like my home improvement company, ATI Enterprises. I hire Black people, especially felons, and felon friendly, depending on what you did. My job is to train you for 6 months and fire you.
Right.
I like that.
You know why?
So you can get on your own. Yeah.
If you in 6 months, you ain't get enough money to form your LLC, and you don't see how I do it, you don't see all the connections I made, you ain't learned nothing in 6 months, you don't need to work for me no more.
No.
That's true freedom. That's true unity. I don't want to keep giving you fish all the time, man. Take your rod or your reel, get her some shrimp, put it on a hook, throw it in the water, get your dog, use the right weight.
Right. Remove that ceiling from you.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to fish a couple of times.
Right.
I'm not your slave master. Because if I keep giving you bread, I'm master. You see what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But when I say, hey man, look, you got some yeast in the cabinet over there, you got this, you got that, you got this. What's that for? Man, look, I'm not giving you bread no more. I'm teaching you how to make your own.
And you seen me do it.
Yeah, and you've seen me do it multiple times.
See, real bosses make bosses and real leaders make leaders.
That's a fact.
With no envy, with no jealousy.
You said that so real. Man, I tell people real leaders train their replacement.
No question.
Yeah. And then you never know the freedom you get once you start building your own and you take that ceiling away from you.
Right.
First time I ever had my own business, I'm used to making a certain amount every week. Man, my first year in business, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I said, man, now this is freedom. Now this is living.
Could have been doing that.
I could have been doing this shit. But this is freedom. So once I learned, that's when a man become a man.
Yes.
Me.
Yeah.
When you take them losses too.
Yeah. You gotta take the losses.
You take the lows. My wife seen me. Yeah. You had a month, the month-long lows, you sit here going, oh man, you mad, you frustrated.
It ain't no different at any road that they went down.
Yeah. You can't stop.
That's part, it's no risk, no reward, and that's why they call it paying the cost to be the boss. That's where that comes from, because if it's all on me, then it ain't just the good gonna be on me, it's gonna be bad and everything in between. But if you are boss-minded, CEO-minded, then you know that that's just a hiccup.
Right.
We gonna get there. We might, it's like you first start playing that video game, you make it to that first level, then you get out, and you get further up, you get out again, and it hurts the further up you go, and then you get out. But eventually, you master that game.
Right.
You know, you master that game. You master it to a degree where you don't even want to play it no more. I'm bored with that. I'm find a new game to play.
Looking for the upgraded.
Yeah, you're looking for the new version to come out.
Right.
So we can't be scared of I don't want to use the word the failure. You can't be scared of the setback, of the mistakes that's gonna happen. And so many of us we get discouraged, bro. We just like saying the music, we just want to quit the first time. I'm gonna jump in the music business, and the first time I don't sell 1 million records, I quit.
Exactly.
You know, nobody shows up at my show, I quit.
One thing I learned in this industry, because we've been doing this since cassette tapes. I remember BPM Productions out there. And you know what hurt? I'm sorry. Let's go back to Cali. Repo Records. I'll never forget that. Salute Big June. But I gave him a tape because everybody was telling me to make a tape, right? I gave Repo Rick, who's the owner of Repo Records, a demo tape. I was all excited. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get signed, this and this and this. Dude was like, yeah, your record is good, but my artist, you know, is out here and you sound better than him and we're not gonna push you because of that. And it hurt. You know, plus he was a Crip and at the time I was gang banging on his blood. So you already know how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt. Over through the years, I went to several other labels. Some took my EPK, some didn't take my EPK.
Right.
Some took my demo package, some didn't take my demo package. Some managers came in and I got screwed over. And at the end of the day, some companies said, man, if you do this package, we could do this, and you put your money in. Man, I've lost thousands on hip-hop. Thousands. But you know what? Mom ain't raised no punk and daddy didn't either. I know there's something on the other side, but I think what I got was what I was missing was music with a purpose. See, man, you both grew up in the time of the Poor Righteous Teachers. KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, A Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, Just Ice, this goes on and on.
Yeah.
X-Clan, Public Enemy. We was walking to school, we had the Sony Walkmans, right? And we would be hearing, brothers gotta work it out. Brothers gotta work it out. You know what I'm saying? That stuff got us through some, and in the 80s, I tell my wife all the time, I swear I had a dope childhood, but the 80s and the 90s was just dope. 90s was just dope. You know what I'm saying?
Had your Malcolm X chain?
70 to 80, yeah. You walk in here, grand verbalizer, what time is it? You know what I'm saying? It's iconic, but I want to bring that back.
Yeah.
I want to bring that back. I want to have some kid, they might not be, I don't say African, very African. I do. But I would love to hear some kid going, how you looking for the green light?
Yeah, man.
Still sitting at the red light. You know what I'm saying?
so mad at you. You on the song, one verse of that song the other night, man. I was like, man, come on.
That's my song, too.
Don't give us the snippet, man. but let me say this, too, about you, too, brother, because this is something else that take a lot of courage. Now, I wouldn't say it take a lot of courage from you because this is how you naturally are constructed already. But when you do shows in what they would call secular settings, in terms of like you getting basically the traditional mainstream type of performances and artists, then you come into that kind of setting and do conscious music. See, for some people, they would look at that like, man, that's like weird or crazy.
Yeah.
But it's necessary because everything can't be just chocolate, candy, peanut butter, jelly. We got to have some vegetation up in there somehow. But at the end of the day, you come in and I can see how the audience responds to something that's outside of the box to them. To them. So do you think about that when you because we've done stuff where we might be rapping at Kwanzaa or something.
Yeah.
That's accepted. That's
acceptable.
But do you think about that when you go into a setting like that, when you know they're gonna be doing drill music, they're gonna be doing this and doing that, and you come in with that revolutionary music?
I do sometimes, and I ask myself, do you want to be free or what? You know, I've done a show in front of white folks.
Right.
That was one of my first favorite shows.
I would have recorded that.
But what I tell you,
truth is the truth.
What I did Red Alert, and I said, America, the most horrible, should be spelled out with 3 Ks. The Constitution, some revelation of the devil in wicked ways, and they were like, I was like, The bill of rights and the bill for you is a bill to keep us in chains.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But it pros a discussion, right? We got to have a discussion. So when I get in front of my brothers and my sisters and I do my songs, first of all, I'm an artist.
Mm-hmm.
If I know I'm a good artist, I don't care about the opinions. I'm going to have some people that love it, and I'm going to have some people that hate it. My message is the most important thing. If you have music with a message, it don't matter if you're doing this. But if I'm sitting up there saying, this experience is monumental, change is coming, I can feel it all up in my mental, so vibe with it. When you vibe with it, do something. Stand on purpose and freedom instead of doing nothing. Why put your fist up when it's empty? And I'm making you think.
Yeah.
It's big going hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm making you think.
Right.
And you sitting up there going, damn, how you looking for the green light? What are you talking about? What's the conclusion to this revolution? Tell me where we're going, homie. What's the resolution? Not just parks. We can't do half and halves. Like we see the whole equation, but we won't do the math. Taking 2 steps up, 29 steps back. I'm talking to you.
Right.
It's probing thought. So I can't care.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, man. You can't care.
Right.
What I like, you do. Let's say I learn from you too. This is what we do when we get on stage.
Let me
tell you something. Two totally different identities. This is a moon. This is dread.
Yeah, can't do the same thing.
When these on right here,
bring mine down.
Yeah, when we drop the top, it's like click, eat them. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I take my glasses off.
This part of the uniform.
That's part of that.
Like you going into that mode. It's time to soldier up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like I judge performances by audience response.
Yes, sir.
I don't judge, my own included. I'm not gonna judge my performance based on how good I felt like I was tearing it up.
That part.
Because I can become delusional like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to still look at how these people are responding. And if I'm not the one that's performing, I'm still studying. So when I see you perform, I'm still looking at, okay, this is a good teaching moment because I want to see how these drunk, high, rowdy brothers and sisters in this moment,
right?
What's going to happen when they hear this brother spitting the lyrics that you were just spitting? And then more times than not, light switch. It's a light going to come on. It's like, they just look like, he different. He not on what everybody else is getting ready to be on. And then you come down, somebody else get back up there and start doing what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, that I don't say it's courage on your part. I just think that's your makeup. But it's needed. That's what I say. It's needed. So how can people get the album, man?
The album is available on all platforms. Yeah. You can go to YouTube Music, you can go to Apple Music, you can go to Tidal. It's there on all platforms. I went through DistroKid. You know what I'm saying? It is called ANUBIS, Mistah D.R.E.D, MISTAH, ANUBIS. My name is an acronym.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, after all these years, I write towards the meaning of my name.
Yeah.
DREAD stands for the direct results of educated domination.
Come on.
So with that being said, I am telling you I have a certain knowledge level. So yeah, I can get on the mic and perform, but I can also sit down with a whole doctor, a whole PhD, and we can sit down and talk about African Center studies.
Right.
And we can go from Kemet all the way to now and beyond.
Right.
My thing is, yeah, we'll talk about it. But yeah, but the album's available on all platforms. If you want to holler at me online, you can look at me at Instagram.com/Mistah D.R.E.D. You got Facebook.com/Mistah D.R.E.D. If you want to chop it on a Pan-African level, it's Amun Tekala Imhotep. That's AMUNTEKALA IMHOTEP. All right, that's on Facebook. Please don't go on no foolishness. But TikTok, same thing, Mistah D.R.E.D. And yeah, we just having a good time. And actually, I'm about to be I'm on Roku TV right now, ANUBIS TV, and it's about to be on YouTube too. We're gonna split it up. It's gonna be on YouTube also, and we're gonna stay on African Center topics because we have to, man.
Yeah,
we have to. I didn't want this to do. I think what happened with this movement is it was like the one in the 90s and the one in the 60s. It had a shelf life. And I saw it in 2020 when we did that big march in Tulsa. I saw there's one or two possibilities. We was at our peak right there. every single black organization in the country was in Tulsa.
Yeah.
United. Got two possibilities. We either gonna go straight to the mountaintop and win our nation, or we're gonna epically fail and unfortunately be happy.
Yeah.
Soon as we got home, people fighting each other, lying on each other, talking trash about each other, slandering about each other.
People that were a part of it.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was all a part of it.
All right.
And I just shook my head, man. I didn't want this to be like it was in the 80s and the 90s. See, we was hot until one lyric. Conscious hip hop in the 80s was hot until one verse came out.
Fuck police.
Mm-mm. No medallions, dreadlocks, or black fists. It's just that gangster glare, that gangster walk, that gangster ishmaels, that gangster talk.
Yeah.
Word to the streets.
Yeah.
When the Chronic came out, that was the death of conscious hip hop.
Damn.
So now that the industry and the world is realizing that hip hop, that the gangster rap and whoredom rap, I'm gonna say it like it is taking over and making our communities look like straight gutter trash.
Yeah.
And they tired of it so much to the point that there are no rap songs in the top 100. Period.
Yeah.
None. Right?
I think Tip just changed it.
Now they're like, we got a doggone take back the game. So I want my challenge to the people is, how serious are you? You gotta take back the game. I tell you what, I'm gonna make a quality album. I'm gonna make 4 or 5 quality albums. I'm gonna push myself like these mainstream artists do. Let's see if you support this. Let's see if you support K Reno, because I don't understand why K Reno ain't multi-platinum by now.
Well, we know, like I said, this even what you're saying now it's agenda driven.
Right.
So when you look at the songs and the artists that don't get that push, is because they recognize what your impact would be on the very people that they're trying to oppress.
Right.
So they're like, no, we can't let him or her wake these up. These belong to us.
Facts.
These minds belong to us. So it's understood that why certain artists are not going to ever get put out there. Do you ever speak to the agenda? Because I think a lot of our young artists, they don't know it. They watch the award shows, they look at these social media magazines, but they don't understand that it's an agenda in place to just cookie cut them, move them on to the next. And labels putting insurance policies on the rapper. Oh, this dude, he a fool. He out in these streets. He have not transitioned out of the streets, but he's still rapping. We got to make sure we make some money off him when he gets shot up 15 times. Yeah. Do you speak to the agenda a lot?
I really do.
Yeah.
I sit on a lot of platforms. I'm gonna put my pen to pad and probably get into my studio behind it too. Well, no. I dissed the industry one time on my ANUBIS album.
No.
When I said I reached into my people mentally with energy, walking across the universe, hoping to find a remedy, but then I got into other stuff. If you ain't talk about, well, we'll have to play it, because if you ain't standing up for something, you're nothing. There you go. If you ain't standing up for something, you're nothing. You just laying down like a slave and accepting these wicked ways. If you ain't trying to get the knowledge you need, you just settling for a beating and bleeding your life away. If you ain't riding for the cause, you can rep for the hood you lost into the streets over blood. If you're trapping, then you tripping, set a genocide of people out to suffering, killing them off of drugs.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I'm saying? So I would talk to him about the industry. I'm like, yo, you feeding the system. You a cog in the machine.
Right.
And when I do forums like you do, y'all cogs in the machine and you trying to sell yourself a penny. Well, we hurting out here. Then stop hurting, fool. You ain't got to sell gas.
Yeah.
You don't have to sell that. Well, I'm a felon. It's a whole lot of rich felons out there. Yeah. Go out there and grind, man. You don't have to do this right here and be in a trap and play gangster, because a lot of them are playing Call of Duty. You understand me? So I'm like, y'all not real gangsters, because real gangsters do that stuff enough times to quit.
Yeah.
They trying to stop. It's a means to an end, not an ends to a means.
Right.
You know, so I tell them all the time, what you're chasing, especially our sisters. I'm like, be careful with the way you're portraying yourself.
Right.
And they go, why? Why? You know, Megan doing it, Cardi doing it, da-da-da. And I said, what are they famous for? What are they famous for? Well, she a small sister. What is she famous for?
And,
you know,
and it's about sustainability.
Yeah.
So whatever you decide to do, you better factor in what potential levels of sustainability that has. So if I say, okay, well, I'm gonna be a gangster, how long do a gangster who don't rap make it as being a gangster? He got a window. Okay. How long does a woman who chooses to go into prostitution or whatever, a dancer, you ain't got to even be you just be a dancer. You have a window.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no 401k retirement plans in those lifestyles.
Right.
So the levels of sustainability had to be taught. But most young dudes will tell you, well, man, I ain't see myself living past 25 no way or 21 no way. So they got to understand, look, bro, it's something that the Creator deposited into you that can sustain you.
Facts.
But if you fall for the trick of letting these devils push you into that lifestyle, it's not gonna work. If you fall for the trick of the visual that you being shown of these sisters that's looking a certain way and carrying themselves a certain way, because the truth be told, a lot of them sisters is getting married and have relationships. So, but they telling you,
got a whole family.
Yeah, and a lot of these cats that's talking that gangster talk, they ain't really living that. Because the ones that's really living it, they dying.
Yeah,
they dying on it.
Yeah.
So that's as weird as it's gonna sound. That's the only credit I can give them, because like, well, you know what? They killed him, but he was true to what he said.
He stood on it.
I can respect you more than this little studio cat that's out here talking it. And when you trace his history, his mom and daddy lived in Sugarland. He went to private school. He got homeschooled. So I mean, sustainability is the thing that should be taught, or the lack of, in whatever it is you choose to be. Because once you turn 22 and the judge then gave you 40 years, your life is over. So once you reach 35, 30, and then your body ain't as tight and fine as it used to be, what you gonna do now? Sis, what you gonna do? So yeah, those are the things that I think we gotta kind of open our eyes, because we, as adults, as older people and as younger people, sometimes we have a tendency to just see what's right directly in front of us. We can't peek over that wall to try to see. We're looking at what's right here. And what's right here ain't always what's gonna last.
You got to have, I learned in this craft right here, you have to be in the C for your plan A. Everybody go, I want to be a rapper. Whatever. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
What's gonna feed that? Music is my first love. All right? I can play music, I can write music, I can rap. Right? Poetry's my thing.
I've been doing this since a kid. But guess what? Football was one of my first loves too. Made it all the way to the arena. And guess what? I
Said, I'm gonna play football for the rest of my life. Okay.
Nobody was like, no, you ain't.
Let me tell you something. If I go across the middle right now and I play any kind of game, you hit me, I'm sitting down. I might fight you.
You might can't go across the middle without getting running.
If I run fast enough that one time, you see me hop over black.
Yeah.
Sit down for a second. But yeah, you got to have a B for a C.
Yeah.
You're going to hear 1,000 no's at least before a half of a yes. Before somebody gives you, before the first time I linked up with Sick with it, I was, I opened up for him in Hawaii, opened up for E40 in Hawaii. That's when I first met him. And I got 1,000 no's before I got that yes to open up for him. Because I was already I was a name in Oahu. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I really want to open for Sick with it. This promoter jerked me over, that promoter jerked me over. But I met one, Brother B Hood, may he rest in power. He introduced me because he was Sick with it affiliated. So I met Big Omeezy through B Hood. That got me tied into the E40 show. I opened up for him once, we built, and Fizzy told me one thing. He taught me one thing. I asked him the second time we linked up, right? Was in front of Hawaiian Prince Hotel. I said, all right, man, what's the secret? How we get successful, right? And he got ready to tell me, he said, well, Weefle, you know how you talk. Well, Weefle, first of all, I did the one thing you should never did.
Right.
I said, I already know. He ain't said nothing else. You know what that taught me? And I told Big Omeezy this about a couple months ago. I said, you know what that taught me? So what? I said, shut up.
Yeah.
That's how you become successful in this game, really?
No question.
Shut up.
You can't ask the question then answer it.
Right. if the dude is trying to take out his time from his schedule to give you $1 million worth of game, shut up.
Right.
Don't say nothing. Right.
No question.
And now, if I ever talk to him again, even when I talk to Mike, even when I talk to you, you talking, I'll be just like this. Dare you talk? I don't care what I know in the game. But the thing of the matter is, like you said, sustainability is hella important, man, because once you old, like we ain't old, we upgraded.
No.
You know, we got some people our age is old, but we upgraded.
Got some people younger than us is old.
Yeah, right, man. If they make it to our age, they super blessed. But at the end of the day, where you gonna be sitting at? Do you want to be the dude sitting still and barely making it? You used to have a name way back in the gap. I know a lot of celebrities, bro. A lot of celebrities that me and you used to watch on MTV and BET. We got more money than them right now, and I don't get paid till next week. You understand me? So, well, if we met them all, like, man, you so-and-so. Yeah, you thinking they balling, right? You sit down and have a talk with them. Yeah. All they are is a name.
That's why I say some most time the name be bigger than the bank account.
Right.
You know?
I want that legacy to where if I'm doing anything, I want my grandson to be able to eat off what I've done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want my son, my daughters to be, my daughters to be able to eat off what I've done. When I leave here, I don't want nobody doing no GoFundMe when I bounce.
Yeah.
Nah. All that's already done. That's in the account. My wife should be well taken care of for the rest of her life. Everybody good. You know what I'm saying? Because I worked hard and I sweated. I don't want to be that artist to be like, hey, man, you know, I'm Mistah D.R.E.D. I'm walking down the street and they're like, hey, man, that album you dropped was cold. What happened to you? I don't ever want to hear that question.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't ever want to hear that question. When I see you coming around, they go, that's K Reno. I ask what happened. Nothing happened. You still K Reno.
You don't ever want to reach a point in your life where you are ashamed to be who you are.
Right.
It's like because you feel like I should be bigger than what I am, but because I'm not, I don't even want people to see me and recognize me. You know, and that's a hell of a point, big
When I ask you what happened, that hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, it hurts. Yeah. I saw one dude. He's a singer. He's a member of a popular group. And I was sitting there having lunch with him. I don't know, baby, you probably remember this. A couple of December ago, was having lunch. And I had to recognize him at first because, you know, the cameras, they make you look different. So I thought he was a lot taller than what he was. And I looked, I said, oh, you were so-and-so. He's like, yeah. I said, man, what happened to y'all? He just hung his head down. He said, I hate that question. I said, man, I'm sorry, bro.
You couldn't catch yourself. You're like, what happened to y'all? Too late.
That's right. And then he had to go into the whole managers did this and studio did. I said, well, why don't y'all come back? Y'all still this group?
Right.
Man, it's just about getting everybody else on the team, dog. I was like, that's rough, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever want to be asked that question, but I've learned so much from phenomenal artists like yourself, Mike, you know, Deuce and all of them, you know, even Slaughter, just watching.
Yeah.
And then I'm back in the game. I get the one credit, right? I get to say this.
Yeah.
I know this man when he first dropped Street Military. I knew Ice Water Slaughter Freedom when it was Criminal Element.
Yeah.
He gave me the game on Criminal Element when he was in. I was like, okay, I had to put that together. I ain't know you. Yeah.
I know the Odd Squad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coffee Brothers.
Yeah.
My homie Riff Rass, shout out to Riff Rass, one of the Coffee Brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know Northside Outlaw. You know, I know Hussein Fatal from the Outlaws. Shout out to my son Sincere, but you know, I know Hussein Fatal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know these people, not just like I heard and you will see you on TV. Like I look at you and I can pick up the phone and go, hey, what up, Mike?
Right.
What up, Fred?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're talking to each other, we're pushing each other through things. I'm proud to say I know these legends, man.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. I don't care if I'm one. I don't care if they call me one or not. I know these legends. And then it was like, they are not just legends, they're my brothers.
Right.
They're my sisters. You know, people that's doing good in the community. People like yourself still doing good in the community keeps me having power to keep doing what I'm doing for the people. Because I see you doing it. If your big bro doing it, I can do it too. My sis Clemmy out there doing what she got to do for autism awareness. You know what I'm saying? Working hard. No matter what hits her, she's still pushing.
Right.
No matter what hits you, we still push. No matter what hits, I still push. What it tells me is that I came from strong stock and I'm learning from strong stock. Even at this age, I'm still learning so I can teach.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. Well, you're doing a great job. You've been doing it, brother.
Yeah.
And you're doing it because it's in your DNA. You know, anything else that comes behind that, you know, that's gravy. Because never let people, not you, I'm looking in the camera now, never let people make you believe that to do good work or do conscious music and all that, you just have to be committed to be broke.
Exactly.
Nah, man, it's a lane because it's 8 billion people on the planet. So the same way a mainstream commercial artist can move millions, you can do the same thing underground. It's about your grind, about your mind, and about the time that you put in.
Real talk.
So we appreciate you, but you got some else piece up, bro?
I gotta have him explain this because I've been checking this out the whole interview. You gotta let me know what's up with this. Like, what's the meaning? What's the meaning behind the jury? Yeah.
Oh, it's called alchemy, brother. It's called metaphysics. It's stuff that keep me grounded in the center. I wear copper. Once back in the gap, it's where a lot of jewelry, a lot of gold, stuff like that. Gold is a soft metal, and it's not all the way. The gold that you wear around your neck is not completely gold. It's mixed with irons and stuff like that. This is copper is a pure conduit. I'm an energy person. So what it does is it directly transmits energy from the universe, go from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet to keep yourself in balance. It's positive energy at all times, all the way to my rings. I don't really fool around with regular jewelry no more. I wear tungsten. I wear real stuff. It means something because it's my body. It's my body health. Even the stones that I have, this is protection.
What is that?
This is spiritual protection. It's tiger's eye.
Oh.
This is blue quartz, and this is shungite. That's basically meteor glass. So it's basically to take care of your energy from your head to your toe because we're cosmic beings. Right. And I'm serious about what I talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious about metaphysics. I literally practice sacred geometry. The sacred geometry teaches you that the world was built on 360 degrees based on 13 notes. All things with sounds and vibrations that repeated itself in synchronicity. That's the key behind sacred geometry. I also practice the knowledge of the 7 gods and earths. When I say what's in mathematics, today's mathematics is build and destroy. I also practice that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I practice a little Islam. I say I self-law master. I love that statement. I say it all the time. I self-law master. Leg, arm, leg, arm, head. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't say understand. I say overstand. Because if I'm standing over a body of water, I know what it is. If I'm under it, I think I'm drowning. You see what I'm saying? So I understand. I have total clarity on what you're saying. It's a beautiful journey.
No doubt.
Because I've been given total clairvoyance, and I'm very grateful for it.
We're grateful for you, brother. Keep up the good work. And I know you will. I ain't got to say that. I already know what it is, brother. Y'all make sure y'all go support the project, man. Y'all run around here getting all this other stuff, man. Get some wisdom. Y'all heard all the wisdom this man have dropped on us today. Wouldn't you like to be able to ride around listening to that all day, every day? And then he got music. He got back catalog and he got future catalog. So get ready, man.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, sir.
May 14th is the loudest night in the city.
Okay.
At the Deluxe Theater. Loud music artists are performing in Fifth Ward on May the 14th. Mistah D.R.E.D, G.I.'s, Skyra Bliss, Chris Murder, Cody Banks, all performing. Be there. It's a formal event. I think they still got tickets left. It's a formal event. You can go to www.loudmusic.com, look under the Loudest Night, and get your tickets. I'm telling y'all don't want to miss that. That's about to be history, bro.
Man, support, man. The one and only Mistah D.R.E.D's in the building, man. We appreciate you again, man. You're welcome anytime. It's your big brother, K-Reno.
It's your boy, Keystone.
It's the Underground Dialogue Podcast where the name speaks for itself, and we are out. What up, man? It's your big brother, K-Reno. Look, man, my brand new album is out, man. The Industry. Y'all go get a physical copy right now. That's right, hard copy. Keep CDs alive, man. Keep the independent strong. Y'all go grab this right now from South Park Coalition site.net. It's also available on all the digital sites as well. But y'all make sure y'all go get your copy right now. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, peace. And it's your big brother K-Reno. Look, man, the Underground Dialogue website is back in function. We back in motion, man. If y'all want Underground Dialogue podcast merch, whatever you need, go to undergrounddialogue.com and check us out. And always make sure that every Wednesday night, y'all are checking out the Underground Dialogue podcast right on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah! What's What's up, man? It's your big brother K. Reno, and check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business, you can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. What up, man? It's your big brother K. Reno. I'm proud to announce that I'm a new brand ambassador to this new brand of clothing and shoes called Volas. Y'all make sure that y'all support this. It's already available. Houston-based company, straight out the A. Look at the quality of the packaging itself. We ain't even got to the shoes yet, man. And this is just one pair of shoes, one design. They got all kinds of dope designs of shoes that you guys can choose from. Go to volas.biz and find your order, find what you want. Wide selection to choose from, male and female items, and I'm proud to be a part of it, man. Community workers, versatile products, Volas, manufactured in Italy. Look at the quality of this box, man. Y'all don't know what it is, man. Catch y'all later on.